Welcome
to the
Mole.
Confidential.
Season
2.
Episode
3.
Yay!
Yay!
Boy, we are talented.
Take 1.
There was about 20 minutes of prep for that, but we actually did it in one take. All right, so we are back in The Mole Confidential. You guys have just probably watched episode 3 of The Mole. If you haven't, stop now. Go watch it. You'll see links that popped up when you first started to take you there. Otherwise, you'll get spoilers. But in the previous episode, Lizzie was eliminated. Now, we've been pretty lucky in this latest episode. There haven't really been a lot of confused questions or with confusion about the game or the gameplay. So I think people are really starting to understand it, and it's starting to flow pretty well. So we're not going to have to address any questions. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to the village, and we're going to show you around the village that you saw in episode 3. All right, so we are here in the village from the story time episode. And inside this house right here was a sign. It says, "You should stick with Dr. Seuss, more your speed, love the mole." Now, I don't know if, and obviously we don't want to reveal any gameplay, so I don't know how many players actually saw this during the challenge. And if they didn't, were they told what the sign was by the other players? That kind of stuff can be gamemanship. If you see it, nobody else does. If you're not the mole, you could keep that a secret because maybe there's a quiz question about it, and that would affect the other players not being able to get the question right. But here's the challenge. You can see there's chests spread throughout. They'd probably all been emptied at this point. But people were basically running around looking for these chests. Some were straight out in the open. Some might have been a block into the ground. But none were buried or hidden to any great extent.
There's not one in the well.
So you can see like this one here was kind of put in a little precarious spot. So the players did really well on this challenge. There's Piper's table, and the rain starts.
Yay!
Rain, rain, go away, come back another day.
So that is the village, and that was just we wanted you to kind of see the sign and kind of see a little bit of it, because I kind of stayed above just to let the players run around and do their thing. All right, so now we're going to go inside, and we're going to show you another little behind-the-scene type thing, and it's almost a behind the screen. In here, obviously, is our elimination room, and the screen is still red from our elimination over here of Lizzie. But you've seen how I have a switch here that'll let me drop the eliminated player. Also, behind this picture
Ooh.
is a switch that allows you to do the same thing. So if somebody, one of the eliminated players helping me, or anyone else, potentially maybe a crew member that wasn't playing, could come back here and flip the switch for me when I say, you have been eliminated. Now, if you'll notice up here, you may be thinking, what are these things? This was when I was originally going to try to use the plug-in that lets us do wireless and do circuits so that these things would change automatically. And what I wanted to do was to have a series of buttons on the podium where I was at. And I could hit a button which would make the screen turn green. I could hit a button which would make the screen turn red, and then one for white. It's definitely doable, but the platform, my podium, wasn't big enough, and also I didn't really want to be looking down at buttons when it was time for me to make the screen go green or red for the players. So I just went ahead and didn't do it. But the signs are obviously set up for that. All right, the next thing we're going to go look at is Lizzie's room. Obviously, she was eliminated. And we'll see if the mole had anything special for her. I do notice something a little sweet out here. Here's Lizzie's room. Oh boy, Lots of cake everywhere. You can see her ceiling is leaking still.
Wet cake.
Would one of you guys like to read this, or you want me to?
I'll do, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, it is a sad, sad day. Our Lizzie Cakins has gone away. But have no fear, do not dismay. My number 3 will be back to play.
Now, just to clarify a fact, we record these episodes after each of our episodes of The Mole airs. So these are recorded a day or two before you see them. The Mole episodes that you're watching, the actual game, were recorded a couple months ago. All right, so here we are at a sneak peek for one of our challenges in the next episode. Now, you may remember this, but it may not be what you think it is.
Quack, quack. Quack, quack.
Beautiful.
Hopefully that helped you guys immensely out there. All right, so we are back here at the lodge. Now we're going to talk about the way you guys voted. So after episode 2, you guys currently, by a slight margin, think DeSille is the mole.
Ooh.
Are you right or wrong? You have to keep watching. All right, and lastly, the part of the show that everybody just looks forward to.
De Malworth commenter de Vodka.
All right, our comment of the week comes from Pharaoh Yamayugi, and it reads,
Why don't I get who the mole is this time? Am I getting dumber every day? Maybe. Last season I knew from the beginning who the mole was, and this time, absolutely nothing. That's making me feel dumb for some reason, sad face. But I'll figure out who the mole is, happy face. Even if I have to watch these episodes 20 times in a row, tongue face.
So everybody out there who just heard that, place your in the comments what you think language Gizmo was imitating there, what accent. Because none of us are really sure on that one. But well done, Gizmo. So that wraps up Mole Confidential. Be prepared this coming Friday, the 16th, for another episode of The Mole. And again, if you don't know who the mole is yet, keep paying attention. You need to figure it out soon.
Dun, dun, dun.
But with that, we will head out. So if you guys want to say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
You smell.
Goodbye.
Aww.